Thank y'all for tuning in to Rare Minded People. Y'all chilling with Darnell. Make sure y'all hit that like and the subscribe. Make sure y'all share this content. Make sure y'all check out mastersinhumanity.com. Check out the shop area, donate, support, share that content as well. And we got the 24/7 suicide prevention hotline for anybody that's in need. Y'all always will be in our prayers. The number is 260-402-5685. 260-402-5685. Right now, we have a guest. So I wanted to go ahead and introduce, her and just get straight to it. You might have a universal sense of love, of nurturing, or whatever the case may be, and they love only comes in a state of survival. You know, then my other perspective was that you learning who others are. Do you feel that instead of learning who others are, it'd be best, to learn who you are truly?
Well, being that I took a step back and took some time for myself, it's a lot of things that I'm learning about me, you know.
Correct.
And as far as love, I feel like when you love, it should be unconditional. I understand that people go through things in life, but when you love something, you don't hurt it, and you show them you love it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying sometimes it comes from a different perspective because it's like a child. They don't know that they hurting their parents or their mother. Just say when a child beg for shoes, beg for clothes, beg for different wants, instead of the needs. And the parents can't afford them, but the child will turn into, some type of wild child, like they don't have any type of morality, and the parents will please that child, which is only making that child weaker, but they think it's a sense of love, and me loving my child. Your child busts a window out, instead of your child repaying you in some type of way, you will go ahead and just pay for it and tell your child not to do that anymore. But your child don't understand that, what I'm saying, that they actually hurting you. But you will keep dealing with it and tolerating the pain until you become immune to it, because you thinking that's love by, giving to what you have, created in a sense.
It sounds like at that point they'd be creating a monster, because that child is going to always feel like they should get what they want.
But that's just the human.
And it's going to come a point in time to where someone's going to say no, and they're going to act out, and it could put them in a place to where it could put them in a bad place.
Do you feel like you deal with those same type of people as adults, though, in this world?
Yes, I can see that, definitely.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The challenges in this world, of people understanding what love is, it's kind of more like it's like a self-fulfilling type of thing instead of a universal principle. So that's why I was saying, is it best for you to focus on, self-love instead of, and it help you reflect love from others once you love yourself, instead of taking time out of yourself, what I'm saying, to just love others. How do you feel, about that perspective,
I think that, well, me personally,
respect.
My love it's true. It's a unconditional love. No matter the circumstances or whatever, and even when people wrong me, I still love them. But what I'm learning is you can love people, but you can love them at a distance.
Let me ask you this question. Are you single?
Yes,
How long have you been single?
quite some time.
So, if your love was that genuine, shouldn't it be able to keep a man? Yes or no? I mean, I'm just asking you because I understand certain things happen in life where it's not that person's fault. So, I'm just asking you, as far as personally.
Well, I am going to say this. A lot of times, the kind of love you got for people, they can't give you that same kind of love. And I'm a type of person to where I'm not just going to be accepting to anything. We're at a time where men feel like you're just supposed to accept anything that they do, anything that they say. I feel like in a relationship, you should be on one accord. If you can't do that, and if you can't give what I'm giving, I should probably be single. I'm one of them people where I don't let people play with my feelings, and I'm not going to be anyone's doormat. So
I think that's a good perspective, what you said, because a lot of times, I think if women will start that off at an early age, then I think more men will have more grip on themselves because women wouldn't tolerate certain things. But as women, as I see a lot of times, they are influencers to a lot of men, and a lot of times, a lot more women are established than a lot of men, and they sabotage them. They will be okay for the men to be weak, but want them to be strong at certain times. But when they can't perform that, then it's more of my way, get out, this or that. And the man doesn't have anything to walk away with because in his mind frame, he was thinking his way of life was okay, that he have a placement, but he really don't. So why do women always, well, let me ask you, from your experience, how come it was from a perspective where you feel like you had an advantage over the man because he wasn't in a position to take care of, all the necessities, but you were?
Well, when I have a man, I don't really think about things like that. I look at it from a different point of view. It's like I knew what this man had when he came into this. So I would never look at him like I'm in control of this or
But would you ever kick him out? Would you ever kick him out and tell him to get out of your house?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. If he's doing the wrong thing, yes. And that was part of my issue when I was dating someone. When he would do wrong and not come home and stuff like that, yes, I would put him out.
Well, let me say this.
Every time, or tell him to get out.
If it's any physical abuse, I will recommend a woman to tell any guy to get out if it's physical abuse.
Physical.
I will recommend a woman to kick a guy out at any time if it is physical abuse. But what about argument or just just because it's yours, like, or you have a disagreement or he don't agree with your lifestyle and he's basically nagging at you about for you to change or you to uplift yourself and you're content with yourself, and he had a disadvantage of not being able to grow because his family is not growing with him. So how would you still kick this man out, or would you make the sacrifice to change, yourself so y'all can grow together?
Well, I think even if you were to change some things, as far as yourself, you would still do the same thing because it's something he's accustomed to. Now, I found myself putting this man out because he wasn't coming home. Like he would come home, get dressed, leave again, stay gone 5, 6 in the morning, sometimes 10, 11, and it's just blocking me, not answering the phone.
So you knew he was out there fucking something else, but you ignored
So
it.
It was kind of like get out or leave me alone, and like it was just one of those things, and it was what I had to figure out is no matter what kind of history we had, that doesn't matter. He's going to still do what he wants to do, but he's so used to women just accepting it, and I'm not one of them.
How long, when it first started happening, the first time it happened, how vulnerable was you for to have this man in your life? Like, why did you accept it after the second time?
Because I cared about him. I cared a lot about him, and then I found myself acting out of character.
So did you care about him, or did you care about the relationship that y'all had? It
was both. It was the history, the relationship. It's like I felt like we had a bond, and I feel like he broke that.
Or the relationship you wanted to have, because that's what it be a lot of times. Because
that's true. That's true too.
Because we make stuff up in our minds to say this what we want, but if it's there or not there, that's fine. But accepting the person to play games with you is now, beautiful. It's no X's and O's. It's only O's on the board. You know what I mean? So you throwing a ring, he throwing a ring. I mean, eventually, he go win every time because now, as I see, after he started deliberately doing this, you didn't put the grips on it. And that's what a lot of times it be. You get that person that lead way, now it becomes unbalanced. And we have to talk about these things because that's why we got broken households now. You feel me? Because we don't have these conversations, to understand that we got to have some type of stability of sacrificing and understanding if a person bring value, then we have to make sure they keep bringing value and not get content and be them same, because as a person stop growing and stop, like they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So your mind might not be busy, but it's something inside of your mind as a host that's keeping itself busy within you. You feel me? And it's not positive. It's not uplifting. So as a woman, far as you understanding where you going now, because we have to break it down to a solution. As a woman, where you going now, where you feel that, how can you stop? This is it's basically three questions. How could you stop the negativity from growing? From your experience, how could you stop it? And where do you feel like you at now? Do you feel like you in a good place? With yourself. And how could you make a difference if you ever experienced the things that was trying to tackle you before?
Well, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to pray about it. As far as let's see, I would.
Yeah, just take your time, because this is experience that people need to understand because they need to see a reactionary plan as well, like where you at with yourself mentally now, and far as the negative things that did come to you, how would you be able to make a difference in them? You know what I'm saying? From the experience of you going through those things,
Right now I feel like I'm learning to let things go, and in that I feel like I'm becoming stronger. By taking this time out to myself and just being surrounded by people that love me and I know love me and show me love, it's a different kind of feeling. So right now, the way I feel is I'm becoming strong enough to let my guys go. I found myself going backwards with a lot of people, as far as like relationships and stuff like that. I'm learning to let it go and live.
So how could you prevent? So how could you prevent, from those things ever happening again in your life, for you to go back into the same place as you were before with it? Like, how could you prevent it?
Well, I can't say that I can prevent it because, some people, they present themselves one way and then, in due time they present themselves another way.